I'm alive. I'm live in living color. So some of y'all come back. Tell me if I got any sound. Hey, Barbara, can you hear me now? I sure hope so. Yes, you can hear me. I tell you what, this old computer's driving me crazy. Oh, you know what? Uh, well, shoot. I thought the thought has left me. The thought has left me. How you like this hat? It's a football team hat. I don't know what football team it is. It's a Super Bowl champion. I don't know about the Patriots or who the heck it is. But I found a bunch of hats the other day. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. Well, I got a bunch of hats with that on it. And I got one here. It's brand new. Found it in the trash. And I looked this time. It's got all the labels still on it and everything. I looked it up on Amazon. This hat was $59. And it's got a label on the back there that it said Super Bowl and it gives the number. I don't know what that number was. But there's a couple of throw pillows with that on it. There's about 5 hats with these eagles on it. I'm wondering if I got any football fans out there or Seahawks. It could be that is that Seattle Seahawks? Because I believe I've seen that on one of them throw pillars. But I'm not much of a football fan. I am not much on many kind of sports. Thank you. He just closed that door. Uh, I was watching this year. I was watching the WNBA, the women's basketball, and that league is not doing too good. They wasn't doing too good. And then along comes this. They drafted a number one draft pick this year was a girl named Caitlin Clark, 22 years old, and she's white. And as you probably know, most Barbara is right, Seahawks. Uh, did they win the Super Bowl, Barbara? I don't know. That's what it says. Super Bowl champions on the front. So I wonder if they won the Super Bowl. I don't know. I don't know if I got any football fans in here uh, now or not, but it says Super Bowl champions. But this come from that same place where I found all these high school yearbooks and grade school yearbooks and everything from that woman. So I don't know if that was her that was getting the stuff, or her maybe it was her dad. I don't know. I went back over there the next day. Is it blue and green on Eagles? Uh, it looks black and white to me. You can see there. But it's a brand, but the hat was $59. Oh, I was gonna wear it, but I hate to even wear a hat that costs that much. I'd like to give it to somebody that's a fan. Oh, blue and green. Huh. Thank you, Paranormal. Where would I sell the hat? Put it on Craigslist, maybe. If I sold the hat, I'd just soon sell all the hat. Because I got about 5 hats with that logo and stuff on it. And this hat's got a thing tag inside. It's NFL something. So it's eBay or Craigslist. I sure need to make some money. I sure might need to. Uh, Sandy B, if you're watching, send me an email and tell me whether you got that email I sent you or not. I'm assuming you did. And whether that meets with your approval. Uh, but it's been a nice day. And I started out on my scooter and I forgot that I had Bailey was outside. And I got about a quarter mile down the road and I turned around and there she was following me. So I turned around, I said, "Yeah, just get home." So I run her back home and I thought she was staying. And I turned around and headed back on my regular run on my scooter. And I got about a mile from the house, and there that lady was again. So this time I went back to the house, and she followed me back to the house, and I made her go inside. I don't, if she was sitting there on the floor of my scooter and ride with me, that would be great. But once I start moving, she jumps off. And I don't want to run up and down them streets. 24-14 played against the Denver Broncos and won 43-8. And was that the Seahawks? Oh, that's an old hat. But it's on eBay for $59. Huh. I should have looked that up myself, but I didn't do it. But it was a nice day out. Uh, I I enjoyed it. I even met a couple of people. It'll be in this video. The video will be up in the morning, and it'll be up with baby in there following. That dog must like me. She's she's you know you should have friends that loyal sometimes. But she likes to follow me. She used to do that when we go there at the other house. And my high school won the state AAA too in North Carolina, and I can't remember what year that was. It was it 1956? I can't. It was the Wolf Pack, and I was on the team. But the only reason I wasn't that good, and I didn't weigh much. But the only reason I was on that team is my first cousin wanted me to be on that team. He thought he could make the football. He was the coach. He was the school teacher there and the coach. He thought he could make a football player, but I just wasn't no good at it. Well, one thing, all the other boys were pretty big, and I got creamed pretty good there on a couple of games. And that just made me decide, I didn't want to be doing that. I mean, that stuff hurt. Some guys 3 times bigger than me hit me, put me on the ground. But that's the only reason I was on that team. My first cousin, T.G. Madison, um, T.G. He wound up in Greensboro, North Carolina, and he become a principal of a brand new high school that opened up. And they eventually changed the name of that high school to his name after he passed away. Uh, he and before he passed away, he become the what do you call it? The person that's over the whole public school system. He was I can't think what it was, but that was after he was in the high school. But his whole family, two of his 2 sisters were teachers. His brother was a dentist, and his youngest brother, he won't work the flip just like me. Charles. But the 4 of them, they were got up pretty high on the ladder. Uh, but TG, he used to, we'd be riding somewhere in his 1951 blue Ford, and I forget what model it was, but it was a 51, and we'd be riding down that road, and he'd be looking at cars coming towards him, and we had to see which one of us could guess what it was, whether it was a Ford or a Chevrolet or whatever, you know. Every once in a while, I could, what photo, 63. But that was the Madison family. They were all first cousins. But me and Charles, we hung out a lot together. Me, Charles, Timmy, and Ray. And Timmy got into farming, but he got his dad's farm, and his dad passed away. And Ray, and I still scratch my head on that, he become a pastor minister, a preacher. And I once told him, I said, boy, I could tell your congregation sometimes the stuff that me and you did, and they would be surprised. He told me to keep my mouth shut. That's the one. Ray, he's the one that had the twin sisters, and we was all sleeping on a pallet. Me and my sister, and him and his two sisters, at Grandma Pearson's house. And Ray decided to trade me his two sisters, his twin sisters, for my sister. Like we could do that, you know. Yeah. We didn't know what we were doing. And that's that night we was playing kissy kissy, you know, on the pallet, and Grandma come in there and called us, and she switched everybody but me. She lost count. I guess she thought she already got me. But then she's getting ready to leave the room, and she seen me over there hiding in the corner. He come after me, and I run up the stairs to my mama, and mama wouldn't let her switch me. Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah. I got the twins, and he got Carolyn. I don't know if Carolyn even remembers that. She might. She was a year younger than me. I think I was 9, so Carolyn had to be 8, and George had to be 6. Don't know how old Michael and Joe was, because that's Mama when she left, deserted us. She took Michael and Joe with her because they were pretty much babies. So Michael and Joe didn't know much about the Pearson family like me and Carolyn and George did. I sure miss George. George last died a few months ago, and if I wanted to know something, it's one of them checks. What the heck? Yeah, one, two, three, four. I got 4 cats. Oh, but anytime I wanted information about my bed's a mess over there right now. I got a bunch of stuff all over there. Oh, if I wanted to know something, or like where was Granddaddy's grave out in the cemetery, or was it next to Grandma's, and stuff like that, and stuff about great uncles and stuff in Triplet, Virginia. He knew about all that stuff, but he's gone, and all that information It's gone. There's nobody else in the Pearson family that knows all that stuff like George did. Barbara Madison might. She might. I don't know. That's one of my first cousins I had a crush on. She, oh man, what a pain in the head. I had a crush on her when she was 16 and I was 14. I recently told Barbara that. I said, "Did you know I had a crush on you?" And she was the one always, if she caught us in some kind of mischief or something, she would put us on our knees and praying. And she still does that. Now she likes to come up to you and start talking to you and then lay hands on you and start praying over you. And she was a Methodist. I don't know what she is now, but Methodists weren't like that. Because her daddy was a Methodist minister. But I sure did like Barbara. I still love her. Still love her. She had a sister named Ruth. Ruth was a school teacher. These were sisters to T.G. Madison, my first cousin that was in my, he was a ninth grade teacher on me, and he was also a coach on the football team. And I didn't want to join that football team, but he made me. And my jersey number was 21. Oh my goodness. Boy, that brings back memories. I used to play back then that song about Johnny Cash that sang I Walked the Line. Uh, when we stopped after a game somewhere, we went into a cafe to eat and stuff. I'd go to the jukebox and play that Walk the Line because he walked that line after on that football field when we were playing in games. I remember that time we went to Gastonia. I was in Walkertown and we had a game at Gastonia playing Gastonia, and we got smoked. We got smoked. They had like 30 something points, and we had zero. I mean, they whooped our butt. That's that time he sent me out on the field and I got my butt cranked. Them guys were huge. They were huge. Let's see, Edgeworth. Good song. I Walked the Line. Yep, I used to play that all the time. That's really funny. When I was going to high school, I had more money in my pocket then than I have now at 83. I have zero in my pocket. Zero. And Jennifer don't never have any change. So anytime I see change laying around, I snag it. And I mailed the other day. I was shocked that the postage for a letter now is 70 something cents. I tried to mail this lady's check back to her where I wrote void on it and everything. And 2 days later, because what I did, I I taped the coins on the envelope to pay for the postage and put it in my mailbox. You can do that. You can take the money and they'll take it and put a stamp on it. But 2 days later, it come back insufficient postage, and I had 28 cents on there, and it said the postage is 70. I think it said 74 cents. Might have been 79. Dang, I remember when you used to mail a doggone butter for 3 cents. You could mail a postcard for a penny. Them days is long gone. I mean to tell you, has anybody popped in here that I haven't acknowledged? Have you got Barbara? Have you got your van yet, dear? I sure hope. I hope Jennifer can let me have some money this about a week. I've got to get this other computer going. And my plan is, when I get enough money, I'm going to buy that power supply from Amazon. And it's a power supply exactly for this computer that took a dump. And if it fixes it, which I think it will, that'll be great. But if it doesn't fix it, I'm gonna pull that power supply out, put it back in the box, and send it back to Amazon and get the money back. And then hang on to that money till I get enough to put with it to buy another computer. On this time, I'm gonna buy a Hewlett Packard instead of a Dell, and a new power strip, for surge protection. Buy one of them. But I can't remember when money was this tight. If I see pennies laying on the ground, I'll pick them up. I'll pick them up. I noticed something the other day. I did a video about cans, more cans, I called it. And my God, I had, I had, what was I talking about? Boy, that aggravates me. I got something on time to say. Yeah. It just left me so fast. But what in the world was it? I don't know. I might think about it in a minute. What was I talking about? Money? What was I saying, folks? Thank the paranormal for pushing my tip jar. Oh, I now know what I was talking about. I did a video and the title of it was about cans, and more cans. Guess how many views I got on that thing? 289. And I'm going to look at that more and see if that's more about something somebody wants me to talk about. I know I'm going to take and get out my scales and see how many aluminum cans it takes to weigh a pound. I don't know what aluminum is going for right now. I know back in the day when I was doing scrapping heavy, it was almost $1 a pound. Then it dropped down to about 80 something cents a pound. I don't know what it is right now. I need to find out. But yeah, 289 views. I can't figure out what the attraction was. But it was about me picking up cans. Y'all can go to it and look, see if you can figure out what the attraction was. Was there something in there that I don't normally put in my videos? I don't know. It was cans, cans, and more cans, something like that. And you may notice that my thumbnail prints are not very nice anymore. That's because this year I'm unable to do them like I've been doing them. So I don't know. I don't know how. Man, I hope I gotta get this computer. I swear. I got an appointment at the podiatrist in the morning. So, and I don't know what time. And Donovan's going to work, so I can't ask him. He's 10, almost 11 o'clock. But anyhow, folks, uh, I showed you my hat. Folks in Prison Blues and a lot of others. Yeah, Johnny Cash, he had some problems going on. And June Carter, when he married her, she straightened him out. I sure did like June Carter. I sure did. I saw her in person at the Elvis Presley concert in 1956 at the Carolina Theater in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. She was there, and Justin Tubb, he was the son of Ernest Tubb and Elvis Presley. And lo and behold, in 1959, I met Elvis in person in Frankfurt, Germany. He was still in the army, and I was in the army, and I was on a base there. I had to deliver some. I was riding shotgun on the carrier thing, and there he was. Didn't get a picture. Well, I couldn't get a picture. I didn't have a camera with me. He was a nice man, Elvis was. He really was. All right, folks. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And if the son, if uh, my mouth is sore, I've been chewing crackers, these little cheesy crackers. Uh, I need to have my teeth in them during that. The gums are tough, sore. But I'll see you in the next one. If the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise. And I ain't got to worry about the creek because there ain't nothing close by here. See you in the next one. See ya. Now, how do I close this out? Where's it at? the turn the well, shoot. I ain't got no way to shut it down. Read all my comments, Russian. Yeah, it's usually at the bottom. Where is it? Read all the comments. I'm reading the comments. Right, right. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Hey, Dollar, is it moving me? Tell that make money. I'm reading the comments. I know you do, Barbara. I know you do, dear. Everybody's broke, Barbara. Hey, Amy. The button where I close this thing out has disappeared. I'm looking. I don't see it nowhere. It's usually down at the bottom. I don't know how to stop it. But if I hit the X on Google, it won't turn the. Well, let me try that. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna leave the site, see what happens.